my name is Michelle and I talk books. Thank you so much for watching. Today we are talking about an old book. One of my viewers, and you know who you are, suggested that I read. It's called, up on your screen, Jodi Picoult's book, Leaving Time. It came out on my birthday in 2014. When I saw that, I was like, yes, I'm going to read that right now. I did, and it's long. It's 416 pages. I loved it so much. This is going to be a very short video. I can't tell you much. It's so crazy good. But when I was thinking about doing this video, I was like, what can I tell you that isn't going to give anything away about this book? So I'm going to tiptoe around the subject, see where we end up. First of all, I want to welcome you to my new digs, which I'm realizing now is kind of echoey. So I'm hoping as I get more furniture that noise problem will go away. But this is where I'm going to be shooting my videos and I'm going to be adding to it. I'm just grateful that I found a clean spot because there are not many in my new house. Let's talk Jodi. I love her and I am now going to read every single book of hers. Please tell me which one I should read next. I'm hooked. I am now one of her biggest fans. If I didn't think that with the newest book, The Book of Two Ways, I'd think that right now. I'm reading this book. I'm like, oh my gosh, can it get any better? And this was back in 2014. She's written so many books since then. I have my notes. Jenna Metcalf is the main character. She is 13 years old. And I should tell you, I listened and I read this book, which I do suggest that you listen to it. I had a lot of fun with it. Some audiobooks are better than others, but I really thought this audiobook was done really, really well. She does this book in 4 points of view. Jenna, the main character, Alice, her mother, who had gone missing. She was 3 years old and her mom went missing. Now she's 13 and she just doesn't believe that her mom didn't take her with. She knows there's got to be a story. She knows she's got to be alive because there are stories out there that she's no longer alive, and Jenna's just not buying it. She's like, no, she's alive and I'm going to find her. And that's basically what this book is about. Then she contacts a psychic named Serenity Jones. And I love that. I love that name for a psychic. Like, if you're going to have a psychic in your book, name her Serenity. I think that is awesome. And then we have the detective who did the initial search for her mom, Virgil. So Jenna is the person getting all of these people together, and she is going to find her mom. But what I love, and can I say love enough? I don't think I can. Let me just try to say it, not so much, but I love Jodi's research. There is no one who researches a book like her. I mean, you can read a book that is like a fluff story and you're going to love it and you're going to women's fiction and you're going to be like, oh, that was a good story. But what she does is she takes a topic like Alice. She takes her and she makes her, I'm not even going to pretend that I know this. She studies grief in elephants. What? So right away, if you're like me, if you are me, you're like, really? She studies grief in elephants? How is that going to go over? What are we going to do with that? Well, let me tell you, I am now like, I want to go see elephants. I learned so much about elephants and grief, and that's another theme. Having only read 2 of Jodi's books, I feel like it's a theme for her. And please tell me if you are a person who have read more than that, more than just 2 of her books. Is that the theme for her? I feel like grief, I feel like dying, the psychic thing, all of that, and then take a topic. And for this one, the last book we had Egypt, okay, The Book of Two Ways, her newest one. And I thought the research in that was amazing. But take elephants and grieving. Did you know elephants grieved? Did you know? Now you know. Not only do they grieve, she goes into detail about how similar they are to humans in their grieving process. And I found it fascinating, beyond fascinating. Here's the thing. Because it's been 6 years since this book came out, there were a lot of comments. And I thought it was really interesting that the people who will give her 1 star say that she does too much research. And then I'm like, is that a thing? Can you do too much research for a book? I didn't think that was a thing. Not for me. As a matter of fact, I look for it. In a historical fiction book, you really need it. I mean, it has to be spot on because people are checking your facts. But for women's fiction to be this intensely to draw you in. So I told you it's 416 pages. It was 14 hours of listening, going back and forth. It is a book you are invested in, just like the Book of Two Ways. I think she is now the smartest writer I know. Can I say that? Because I know a lot of smart writers, but damn, Jodi, I really think you are one of the smartest writers I know. She has over 19 million books in print, 26 novels. 19 Minutes was her first number one. It went to number one in 2007. It was her 14th book, but I'm in it. I am in it to finish her books. Help me. I'm going to let you pick my next Jodi book. First one to answer, that's the one I'm going to do. You can comment below. You can find me over at Instagram and DM me. However you want to get in touch with me, I'm fine with. Let me know the next one I should read. I should be reading other books. I'm reading these old books going, I've got this stack of new books to read. I should be reading those, but no, I'm so into the Jodi book, I couldn't even. Now I have to go, I gotta go catch up a little bit on my October books. So happy I read this book. Thank you so much for recommending it to me. I cannot. When you finish a good book like that and somebody gives it to you, I don't know about you, but somebody gives it and I'm like, thank you. You just want to be like, thank you so much for bringing that into my life. Thank you for changing me in ways I didn't know I could be changed. And that's how I feel about this. So thank you. I know you're watching. Thank you so much for this recommendation. Please tell me my next one. We are already, it's the 22nd. I hope I get this out today. This month is just cruising by, and with the move, I had high hopes for getting more books read, and it's not going well. I just have to tell you, it's not going well. So I got another week or so. Yeah, I think I have till the end of next week. So I'm going to be reading, trying to get out videos, hopefully making this place more beautiful. I need a designer. I decided. I really like those, but I need something. I need something sparkly. I think I'll go to Target today. See if I can find these things sparkly to put back here. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit like, please subscribe if you haven't already. And until my next video.